The decarbonisation of Therapia Lane depot is really exciting because it's a working depot with trams operating day in, day out there. So it's a brilliant first example of the kind of projects we need to do right across London, in underground stations, in depots and in other locations, as we look to remove those old heating assets, gas-fired boilers, and move to clean, green energy.
This is a landmark, really. It's the first site we've completed. It has got renewables on the roof, which are actually, generating today in the sunny environment. The biggest thing was we were concerned about how easy it would be to deliver a complex site like this. It's a big open shed. The doors are often open. And actually, what we've learned is if you can do this here, you can do this anywhere. It doesn't have to be a typical building to be able to get these kind of results.
Therapia Lane is the pilot project within the Net Zero programme. And as for an example, we've really shown the art of the possible here. We've made a whole range of practical improvements to the depot, including the renewal of mechanical and electrical infrastructure, ventilation, lighting, heating and cooling, and we've fully removed gas usage from the depot entirely. And to be able to remove this use and to replace it with highly energy efficient alternative sources has meant that we have significant carbon savings of 182 tonnes of carbon dioxide equivalent per year. And it's a big milestone in TfL's journey towards net zero for our operations.
Transport for London has a really big portfolio of projects it needs to touch on to decarbonise. And our plans to decarbonise, to modernise and to make sure we're fit for a climate changing future means that really extensive work is required.
Previously, this shed specifically was heated by a gas heated blower system, like an air blower. The whole depot would start to warm up. The heat would rise, destratification fans would blow that heat back down to that staff operative level. Fine. When you open the shed doors to let some of these trams in, all of the heat would escape this building. And then the whole process would start over again. It was incredibly inefficient. And in hours of winter, it never really made anyone feel very comfortable. Since we have installed these infrared heaters at our various locations, we have seen a instant staff feedback that people have told us they're actually getting too warm, and they've had to remove maybe a jacket that they've worn into the depot and then actually wore a t-shirt, which was above and beyond our expectations of what we could then deliver them in this environment.
We didn't have the expertise, we didn't think internally, so we've explored the Low Carbon Skills Fund, realised that would give us an ability to go for the external expertise with the consultancy and also provide the grant funding. And it really kick-started our journey on this and has led to us being able to benefit from the Public Sector Decarbonisation scheme. Again, government funding, which is administered by Salix. And that's why we're here today. If we hadn't had that funding, we would not have had to decarbonise this depot.
The benefits are really big, and they're not just about decarbonisation. And ultimately, we've created a working environment which is much nicer for our people working in that depot. That's all really important part of the benefits that we're trying to get out of our broader decarbonisation plans.